As we head into Father's Day this weekend, many of us are reflecting on the male role models in our lives. These relationships can be especially important for young people. That's the need Big Brothers of Greater Vancouver fills. It aims to provide mentorship and supports for kids who do not have fathers or father figures and those who just want another supportive person in their lives. Joining us now is Norman Galimski. He's the Marketing, Communications and Recruitment Officer for Big Brothers of Greater Vancouver. He joins us in studio. We really appreciate you doing this. And on a big weekend, what sort of programs and gaps does Big Brothers provide?
Thanks for having me. We provide mentorship programs for boys and girls and all genders. It's mostly kind of being that friend that's not in that power position, not a teacher, not a parent, not like a counselor. It's kind of being that friend you can rely on, and really that mentorship happens in the background and has a lot of positive effects for youth's lives.
So even if there is an age or experience, life experience, we can call it that, imbalance, the idea is that you're more of a friend, colleague, equal? Is that what you're aiming for?
They're definitely friendships, and that's how our bigs and our littles would describe them. That's how I would describe them. And it really is kind of like having that older cousin or that next door friend or that next door neighbor who really was they're hanging out, they're giving those tidbits of advice, they're having a good time, and it really has a positive impact at the end of the day.
Now, I know this is personal for you, if I may ask. You were part of this mentorship program when you were young, after your father died. As much as you want to share, if you could take us through that experience, what was it like?
Sure. Big Brothers has several mentorship programs, but I was part of the in-school mentorship program. And that was when I got matched with a big buddy at school. So I had a couple of them, and one that was really impactful was they intentionally matched me with someone who was quite young, about 19 or 20, and they also had a passing of their mother. So that was really good to have that friend who was able to have that shared experience and someone you can talk about something like that nobody else really knows unless you've been in that situation before.
So there's a level of understanding of trauma and perhaps what it takes to climb out of that, if that makes sense?
Yeah, it's not so much about climbing out, but it's more just a processing, just a conversation, because these things are real. They're not something that once you're over. It's something that you process at different times in your life differently, and in a healthy way, especially if you have that support from your family or your friends or a mentor, that can really go a long way.
Now, I understand you're a mentor now in this program. Why did you decide to do that?
I was kind of paying it forward. Like, I know that it affected me as a child quite positively, so I've been doing it for the last couple of years in schools around Greater Vancouver. So it's really easy. It's only an hour a week, and you go there and you have fun. You play soccer, or one of my littles, he loves playing in the mud when it's raining, so we'll make like dams in the sand and stuff. So mentorship's kind of an intimidating word, but it really is being a friend at the end of the day, and just that mentorship really happens in the background.
Now, we understand during the pandemic there was a lot of demand, and you had to curtail some services. For somebody watching this, wanting to get involved, what sort of demand do you have, and how can they do that?
We always have a demand in all of our communities, but specifically in Surrey, we've had to close our community program. So that's the bread and butter of our programs, where you spend that 2 hours once a week with a buddy in the community, hanging out, going to events. And in Surrey, we've had to close that family intake because we need more than 30 mentors, 30 volunteers. And to open that up, we need people to start signing up to volunteer, and then we can start serving communities in Surrey, because Surrey is the fastest growing community in our region, and we're struggling to keep up. So for those who are looking to give back a little bit, we're always welcome to have those conversations and intentionally match people with a little in their community.
Norman Galimski, we really appreciate your time and your expertise. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.